Good morning. Oh my goodness, we are in the middle of a huge snowstorm up here. So beautiful. Everything just piled high with snow. Yeah, having lots of connection disconnection, so we'll just roll with that today with the storm. And Abby couldn't get up here today because of the storm. Well, she probably could have. She's so tough, but it wasn't a good idea to go out in the storm. So I'm so happy to be here with you this morning. It's been such a journey, hasn't it, for all of us, no matter what we believe or what we're dealing with. It's just, there's so much going on the earth right now on every level. So what comes up is finding our resilience, yeah? And having been with the kids in Port Angeles, I had this insight that there's a really big difference between survival and resilience. And I learned survival as a child in a very violent family and a very, disruptive environment. I was always on survival, which means I learned to override my needs, override my story in order to counter the fear and stay safe, right? And so many of these kids that we work with are on survival. And people say, oh, these kids are resilient, they'll be okay. But that's not what resilience is. It's not override, it's not survival. And I am a great overrider still. I mean, I can be exhausted and just ride over the top and just keep going, right? And that's not even something to be that proud of, right? For a long time, I think it was my way, my identity, that no matter what, I could keep going. But as the years have gone on, I've been deepening into a different story, which is resilience. And resilience is a really different energy than survival. And I think a lot of us right now have gone into fear and survival, or at least we switch in and out of it. I know I do. And so I'd just like to move a little today with what it means to discover resilience, because resilience is about really loving self. It's about really appreciating yourself. It's about knowing who you are. It's about understanding that you don't have any limits on the one hand, and on the other hand, you have permission to take good care of yourself, right? So it's like both of those together, sitting together in the shaman's pot, right? It's like I can give all I have to give here, and I can give all I have to give here, right? So the way, or one way, people say, well, how do I get to resilience, right? Well, one way to get to resilience is to drop in to your fluids. And this is something that is not that hard to do, truly. It's about letting your whole body be like water on land, right? You're so much of your body is fluid, 80, 90. There was our disconnection. Thank you for your. So let's play with what it means to flow in our bodies, right? Just the simplest tool there is. So you can even begin right where you're sitting and see if you can just tune in to the blood moving through your body, the water all through your body, the liquid in your bones, right? The synovial fluid in your brain cells, in your joints, and just begin to loosen everything up a little bit. Just gently. What happens if I don't really have bones and muscles that restrict my body, and I just let it go, just let it flow wherever it wants to flow, right? And for those of you who are comfortable doing it, it's a great thing to do in your room, to just stand up and begin to just allow your body to be like the old Raggedy Ann dolls, right? So there's just so little resistance in the body. Everything, every joint, little joints, big joints, they're all moving. And the belly is moving, and behind the eyes is moving, and down in the belly, the deep, deep pelvic floor is moving, and the the hips are moving. Yeah, just discovering, following my body, what wants to flow. And the more I tune into my fluids, the less I can be grasping, holding, surviving, overriding, but instead allowing, flowing, receiving the love from the great source of unconditional love, the great spirits falling down on my body, showering me with possibilities, reminding me that I am here and I know who I am, and I don't have to be other than the deep knowing essence, beautiful, good, true, and beautiful self that I am. I'm just going to be quiet for a minute and let you play with flow. It feels so good. Following your body. And you might be really slow or really fast or somewhere in between to find your flow. I don't know about you, but that's what I needed this morning. So yeah, resilience from tuning in to what needs loving here, to what needs nurturing and nourishing here. In the days ahead, as the stress rises up tomorrow and as the confusion and chaos gets bigger, let's just drop into our breath and our flow and send that ease and love out to others. So we're sharing this sense of knowing that it is possible to stay in our own bodies, to know who we are, to turn towards what we want to create instead of what we don't want to happen. Yeah? Thank you so much. And I'll be right with you in the week ahead as we navigate this new story that's emerging and we don't know what it's going to be. Yeah? All right. Take good care. I'll be sending you all so much love.